All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. It took some time in regards to getting the negotiations finalized, but Hugh Freeze will be the new head football coach at Auburn. Now, Freeze spent the last 4 years as the head coach at Liberty, where he led the independent school to a record of 34 and 15. Freeze had a past life coaching in the SEC. As from 2012 to 2016, he was the head football coach at Ole Miss, where he posted a mark of 39 and 25, which included back-to-back wins over Nick Saban in Alabama. Now, Freeze resigned from Ole Miss in 2017 amid a slew of NCAA violations in regards to the Ole Miss football program. But he found his way back to the SEC, and now he's coaching at Auburn. And of course, the question is going to be, will he be able to turn things around there for the Tigers? The Tigers are coming off of consecutive losing seasons for the first time since 1999. And you think about it, Freeze did a tremendous job recruiting at Ole Miss, but make no mistake about it this time around. NCAA eyes will definitely be on Freeze and Auburn, excuse me, going forward. Freeze can have success at Auburn, just like he did with Ole Miss. But it's going to be all about being able to keep up with the Joneses in the SEC West. And you see how difficult that this division is. You already have Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin, Alabama with Nick Saban, LSU with Brian Kelly, Arkansas with Sam Pittman, Texas A&M with Jimbo Fisher, Mississippi State with Mike Leach, and then Texas and Oklahoma are set to join the SEC in a couple of years as well. So it's going to be interesting and also important to see where Hugh Freeze and Auburn will end up in that gauntlet that is the SEC West. For me, this is the most important hire that John Cohen will make at Auburn. Remember, he just came over from Mississippi State, and of course, he's the new athletic director at Auburn, and he's trying to get this football program back on track. It was a disastrous year and a half for Auburn under Brian Harsin before the school decided to move on. And honestly, you could see the writing on the wall about Brian Harsin from day one. He was just never a guy who fit into the Auburn program coming from Boise State. Hugh Freeze is a Southeast Conference guy. He's born in Oxford. We know about his time at Ole Miss. You think about his time at Liberty, and now he's back at one of the premier programs in the SEC, looking to get them turned around. For Auburn, could it be a case of deja vu? Because I'll say this, years ago, about 25 years ago almost, we saw Tommy Tuberville leave Ole Miss to become the head football coach at Auburn. And of course, Tuberville enjoyed tremendous success at Auburn, which included leading the Tigers to an undefeated season back in 2003. So, of course, Hugh Freeze is going to try to, not really emulate that, but bring his own brand and style to the table to get things turned around for Auburn. At the end of the day, I think that Freeze will have success at Auburn, and I think he will, get this program back among the elite in that SEC West. I mean, that division is so tough. I just talked about, the programs that are over there. So you have to find a way to find your niche and get back into it. He's going to do his thing recruiting. He's a heck of a recruiter. I think he's not going to have a problem getting players from the state of Alabama to stay there. He's going to be able to compete with Alabama for the top recruits from the state. Not saying he's going to get all of them because Nick Saban still has that pipeline going to the NFL, but nonetheless, I think that Freeze will definitely have success there. The writing was definitely on the wall for this to get done, but again, like I said before, the NCAA eyes will be on Freeze and Auburn. You can't have a situation play out like it did for him at Ole Miss and think that the NCAA simply has forgotten about it. But at the end of the day, I think the writing is on the wall for him to have success there. Auburn got their man, and let's see how things work out for the sequel of Hugh Freeze in the SEC. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I am signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.